Hello, welcome to LLG's Random But Real. My name is Lisa L. Gilliam, and I am the host of this podcast, where we have conversations about any and all things random with an entree, not a side dish, of mental health advocacy. I use my performance, communication, and literary art skills to bring awareness about mental health and other topics. Therefore, whether I am singing, speaking, or writing, it is my desire that my words will be melodic, just like music, to your ears. Please note, the comments expressed in this podcast are those of mine and or the guests. They are not intended to be used for professional guidance. Please seek a licensed professional if you are in need of care or therapy, experiencing trauma, or are in danger. And if in danger, please call 911. Thank you in advance for listening to LLG's Random But Real. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of LLG's Random But Real. I am your host, Lisa Gilliam, otherwise known as One Singing Lady, and I'm super happy and excited, as always, to be here with you all. Thank you in advance for listening. So as you may be aware, those of you who follow the podcast, I usually pre-record, and these drop at different times. And maybe last year I had the opportunity with some fellow stigma breakers, this is a mental health platform, to speak about some of the lessons I learned as I was approaching age 50. Well, it's about that time again. On May 18th, I will be turning 51 years of age. And this is becoming my What Am I Grateful For podcast. And, I think a birthday is an opportunity or a great opportunity to be able to look at your life and review and see what needs to improve upon or what you can change or the things that you've grown from or are growing towards. And so I am grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for health, number one. Again, if you've been listening to my podcast, I had a recent asthma attack. And this one was pretty scary for me because usually after I have a breathing treatment, I'm good. But this lingered on a few, actually more than a week, but enough for me to go back to urgent care to get a second breathing treatment. And I couldn't really breathe without wheezing for about a week. And although my voice is still not 100%, I had my full sense of smell again. Yes, I did test for COVID, you all. It was negative. I am still coughing some, but not as much as I was, especially during that broadcast. And even during that broadcast, I mentioned how I was going to, because I was scared, I wanted to reach out to a professional in the medical field, and I chose me at that time not to do so. But I have to be completely honest with you all, maybe a few days later, because of me being scared of the reaction of what wasn't happening and the healing not happening so fast, I did decide to reach out to said individual. And I just have to say that they have been a blessing in my life. And I'm thankful for that individual. If he ever listens to the podcast, he knows who he is. Just for praying for me and being there for me. Sometimes timing is everything, you all. And initially, if I had reached out to him, I don't know that it would have been the same response. But God, I do believe God sends people in your life for a reason, season and a lifetime. And, in this season, that individual, although I didn't call, I was hesitant to call initially. I'm glad that I got over how I was feeling and decided to call, and they were able to assist me in the process of healing. So I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful for people who check on me just to see if I'm okay. If you listen to the last broadcast, I shared about how I have been experiencing fibroids for years now, and planning to have a hysterectomy. And I have to get some numbers down. Being diabetic, I'm not able to have the surgery just yet, but I am working towards doing what I need to do, so that those numbers are okay. So I will no longer have to deal with that aspect. But I have a friend, again, who knows who they are. I might have actually mentioned them on the last podcast, who knows that I have to go to, a specific hospital. It just happens to be the place where my mom died. And I'm pretty much triggered every time I go, just reminded of what happened there. But just called to see if I was okay, and did I want to go, did I need someone to go with me? And I appreciate that. A lot of times when you're a strong person, a lot of people, in my opinion, my experience, don't necessarily reach out to you. They think that you're good. They think that you don't have any issues, or, that you don't need help or assistance. But I'm so grateful for those friends who do call and check on me, as much as I do for them. I often hear, I think about you often, or I'm praying for you, but that's great. I'm grateful for that. But I thank God for the friends who actually pick up the phone, or text me, or email me, or I don't know, Google chat me, or whatever they got to do. I message me, whatever they do, to actually make a real connection. Because I can tell you all this, as someone who is usually the one checking on everybody else, it's something different when someone takes the time to check on you. And when you often hear, I know I'm not a good friend, I got to do better, I'm just so busy, blah, blah, blah. People think that people without children are busy, but let me tell you, my life is really busy, booked and full. Okay. And so, but I make the time because people are important to me. So it really is no excuse to not pick up the phone, or email, or text, or call, and just send a little message. Hey, I'm thinking about you. But for me, because quality time is my love language, if I can't spend time with you, in the present, then the next best thing is to actually pick up the phone or do a video chat, because it shows me that you're willing to make that extra effort. So I'm very grateful for my family, my friends who do that. My brother and my family specifically, but my brother has been a blessing to me, especially as of late, because he has checked on me to make sure I'm okay, especially with finding out that I have to have this surgery, and, having the asthma attacks. When you don't have your parents alive anymore, grandparents, or anybody else to kind of look out for you, although he's my younger brother, he is my point of contact if something happens or goes wrong. And that could be kind of heavy to have to deal with. But I appreciate him always checking on me to make sure if I'm okay, or just asking and continuing to pray for me. I am thankful for my supervisor. I may have to share this podcast, but finding out that I had to have so many different doctor appointments, so many different like lab work done, appointments, or different just tests done to find out, or as I lead up to the surgical procedure, it's been a lot of juggling, and even having the asthma attack, like I missed 2 half days. And so I'm grateful I had to leave, but I'm also grateful for his kindness and the flexibility he's given me at times to be able to do what I need to do and make sure that I was okay. That means a lot. And for the staff members at my job who also know what's happening, their support means a lot as well. It sometimes it's difficult going through situations like this by yourself. But I realize that I'm not by myself. And if anything I learned in 2022, in the beginning of 2023, is that I'm grateful also for people who communicate and don't assume things, who care enough about me and know my heart enough to reach out and say, hey, something's not setting right with me. This isn't your normal, reaction or your normal behavior. Are you good? Thank you for those of you who have done that. I appreciate it. And, that may not be someone that I talk to every day, because I don't. I had a friend call me the other day that I was just on their mind. That's what I'm asking. If God lays me on your heart, pick up the phone, text me, let me know that you really are thinking about me. Consistency is super important to me, and I appreciate those people who've been consistent I have mentioned in previous podcasts how I am not as close to, or maybe not friends at all with certain people, but I promised myself this year I wasn't going to chase people. I'll give people opportunities, like the person that I mentioned earlier that I did decide to contact after I chose me. But it has to be the right reason. And so things happen in life for everybody. If someone's important, I think that we find the time to connect, but it can't always be the same person. So, I wish everybody well who is no longer in my inner circle of life, but I'm also grateful for the people that God is sending to build and be there for me as I experience, something pretty serious for me. I posted the other day, trusting God through, uncertainty. And I said that equals now faith. So now faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now faith, I'm trusting God and believing him in some of the news that I've received from the tests and, the struggles that I've had to try to improve upon my health and to make better decisions in all aspects of my life. I have faith that it's all going to work together for my good because I believe God. Um, I'm thankful. Even that person is helping me get back to a place where I need to be regarding my calling or the calling that God has placed in my life. And you never know how, when you meet someone, what that might do or how that might help or enhance your life. But I'm just grateful for that. I'm grateful for turning 51 because if you listened to the podcast last year, you know that my dad didn't live to the age of 50. And so I'm grateful that I have that opportunity. And I hope that I'm able to encourage, uplift, and enhance other people's lives through the communication, literary, and performance arts for many more years to come. I'm grateful for a voice, whether it's speaking or singing, that transforms the atmosphere, and that's only through God and the gift that He's given me. Such a blessing. I'm thankful for writing, just the ability to do that. I'm thankful that even in the midst of everything I've experienced, whether it was trauma or other, things, that I'm able to speak, think, walk, jump. I have all the activities of my limbs. Like, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And I'm walking into year 51 with an attitude of gratitude. Are things all perfect? Nope. Is everything taken care of? Nope. Do I know how some things are going to work out? Nope. But I know who does. Jesus Christ. And God's not going to fail me. Those two, you know what I'm saying, and the Holy Spirit are guiding me to make the decisions that I'm making. And even where I've fallen, I'm so grateful for God's mercy, His grace upon my life. Because, I've made some bad decisions in some areas that have caused me some hurt. But I have a really pure heart, a desire to bring joy to other people, sometimes even in the midst of me not having joy. And so I don't know how to really stop that. I'm not even trying to stop that. I'm going to continue to be who I believe God has called me to be. And that's all I can do. But I'm just really grateful, so grateful for seeing change. Grateful that I have the ability to pay, for a place to live, for food, for shelter. Well, I said place to live, but clothing. I don't want for anything. And when I do need something, God always provides. He always sends somebody to be there, to sow into my life. And I'm grateful for that. I really, really am. Grateful for my pastor and church family. And I don't physically go right now. Um, and sometimes I don't even virtually go because I'm working through some things with my counselor, who I'm also grateful for. Um, but I am learning more and more about me. I'm probably the most content that I've been in my life. And so they say, you get older, you get wiser. I think I'm getting wiser. It took some bumps and bruises, some obstacles, some potholes for me to get here, but I am a better person because of it. I am grateful to my co-author and friend because she has listened to me. I can trust her with my secrets. I can trust that she has my back. She probably has more detailed information than most of my friends, and I'm grateful that she continuously sows into my life. Not just, she has sown materially and financially, but wisdom and knowledge and being able to bounce ideas off of each other. Um, God knows what we need when we need it. Because of her, I was able to achieve a goal, in writing a book and becoming an author. And I'm so grateful for that. And I look forward to seeing how God is going to continue to grow 21 days in the future. I look forward to seeing how God continues to show up in our lives. Such an amazing person. And I mean, this is just one friend. I have several who have been there. I have a friend who lives in the neighborhood, and she'll check on me. She also is someone in my life. Actually, part of the reason that I have reserve parking in my development, is because of her, and I'm grateful because that's something she doesn't have to bless me like that, but she does. And yeah, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for my niece and my nephew. My nephew's graduating high school, and I remember when he was a baby, and so yep, it's a blessing. I got to go to a childhood friend's baby shower last month, and to see him becoming a dad after we played soccer on the hill together, it's amazing to see the blessings of other people, and how God continues to move in all of our lives. I don't want to call out specific people. I did not say names in this podcast in general because I don't want to leave any one person out. But I do just want to encourage you, if you are in a season of drought or indecisiveness, or not just uncertainty, not sure about what's happening. One way that things can shift is really finding time to spend time with God. I'm grateful for my relationship with him because even though I may not have done everything right, I know that without him, I would be nothing. And I mean that. It's no doubt in my mind, no question in my mind, being able to pray with, him, boldly come to the throne of grace and find mercy there, boldly talk to him about whatever is happening, and believing that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord, to them that are called according to his purpose. It has been a blessing. I pray that I make better choices in year 51 that I've made prior to. And I really believe that these are the best years of my life. I'm excited about whatever God has in store for me. Oh, and I'm excited because I'm going to start singing again. Actually, gigging, ministry engagements, both. So not just karaoke, but I'm excited and thankful and grateful for my karaoke family too, because some of them have been tremendous blessings to me, and have also sown into my life and spent time with me and been there for me, and helped to uplift me when I was down. These last, not really whole 12 months, but I would say 8 have been kind of challenging. 8 or so, I should say. And so I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. I know that bigger and better things are happening. Grateful that my memory is getting better. I've shared how through the PTSD and the death of my mom that I had some memory loss, memory retention, and processing issues. And I have an exam that I need to take. And so I'm believing God that I will be able to learn what I need to learn and that I will memorize it. But I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. This 50 has been a year, and I'm looking for 51 to be even better. So I thank you all for taking the opportunity or the time to listen to me. We have one more podcast for this season, and then I'm going to decide whether podcasting will be what I continue to do, because as God enlarges your territory, sometimes you have other tasks that you have to, focus on. But I have enjoyed this journey thus far, and I thank you all for taking the time to listen and for sharing the podcast with other people, sharing the information. These are my thoughts. No one is responsible for, what I'm saying is random but real, because I don't do any type of edits. Whatever is on my heart at the time, whatever God puts on my heart, that's what we talk about on this podcast, whether I have a guest or if it's just me. And this season, I guess it was supposed to be just me because several people said they were going to participate, but none of them came through. But it's all good. Everything works together for good. All things work together for good. So I am leaving age 50 content. I am leaving age 50 smarter. I'm leaving age 50 wiser. I'm leaving age 50 expecting God to do miraculous things and wonderful things in and through me. I'm leaving age 50, dating. Definitely interested in seeing where this relationship goes, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm leaving age 50 lighter too, because I'm getting healthier. It's not just a minimal change or a last minute decision, but making an effort to walk, go to the gym, or do something in the apartment, or because I was advised to kind of stay out from outside because of the pollen, so I can't really hang outside or do walks right now. We don't want any more asthma attacks ever. But I am grateful. I'm leaving age 50 grateful and stepping into 51 like, yes, Lord, this is going to be an amazing year. So May 18th, 2024. If you all have heard this podcast between the time it's aired up until my birthday, I love birthday shout outs. I love encouraging words. Say a message on my website, letting me know how the music, podcast, the book, or somewhere I've spoken has blessed you and encouraging me to continue on. Sometimes that's exactly what you need. So I appreciate you all. Have a blessed day. One Singing Lady out. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's podcast, LLG's Random But Real. I appreciate your support and your time. Until next time, please make sure you visit my website, www.lisalgilliam.com, so you can find out more information about where this podcast is streamed, about my book, about the CDs, and spoken word. Again, I appreciate your support, and I look forward to hearing from you and you all listening to the next episode. Have a wonderful day.